If you knew me back then, I would be the last person that you associate with the word discipline. Because when I was 13, I was the motherfucker in class who had like the worst grades. One of the motherfuckers, right? There are a lot of motherfuckers who get bad grades. And I told my mom that I didn't need any tuition because I could just revise at home. But of course that wasn't the case because I didn't have this magical shit called discipline. So every day after school, what I was supposed to do was to like revise my studyings and shit and like, just get better at my academics and stuff. But every day after school instead, once I come home, I would hop on the game and just glue myself to the chair all day, every day, right? It was heaven. It was heaven back then. I was like going on to like begging for people for Roblox and shit, or I was playing Jailbreak or Fortnite and everything, even though I played like dog shit. However, in the back of my mind, I knew goddamn well that I needed to study. But of course, I still didn't because I was the absolute master of procrastination back then. And by the way, I didn't even know about this word when I was 13. And when the exam was around the corner, I was cooked. I was like deep fried type of shit, like that kind of KFC type of shit. Yeah, deep fried. My grades were like bottom of like the worst type of grades I've ever seen in my life as well. I haven't gotten this bad, like, such a long time already. And by that time, I didn't know shit. I didn't know like no powerhouse, no like mitochondria was the powerhouse of a cell, no photosynthesis, no nothing, like absolutely like point blank, like just A4 paper, like just nothing on my mind. I didn't know shit. And to like put the cherry on the cake, I was still gaming in my dark ass room. It was pitch black and there was like fucking blue light beaming into my face. No wonder I had of course I had bad sleep back then. So I had blue light beaming at my face at like 12 a.m. I was still up playing games, like begging for fucking Robux all day long. So only if I knew this like magical shit called discipline that everyone was talking about, if only I could get my hands on that, right? And that's why this video is here. So I don't want to get all science geeky shit, but here's a cool structure in your brain called the anterior mid cingulate cortex. Now the name doesn't matter at all, but we gotta give the credit to the people who found out about it. And by the way, I like read most of this from like a Andrew Huberman podcast. So this brain, like let's just call it the AMCC, right? This like a short acronym. It's like the hub for inputs and outputs. It's like just of course, no shit, an important part of your brain. It like helps with your alertness in sleep, willpower activation, prediction of error, etc., etc. And it exists in both parts of your brain, and which for your case is not possible. So for people who can like resist video games and like do the good habits, go meditate, go work out, those are the type of people who have like high activation and bigger in size of the AMCC. And if like people like you or like me, like sometimes, who fail in dieting, who like instead give in to their impulses, just like follow it with their temptations and shit, they just do the bad habits and avoid the like good habits and stuff. Those are the type of motherfuckers who have low activation and smaller in size. So basically you have a smaller brain if you do the bad habits. But the interesting part here is that even if you do a hard task like working out, lifting weights, like that shit is hard, right? Like that's the type of habit that actually like needs some fucking will to do it. And even if you do it and you like working out, that's the point there, it doesn't grow the MCC. But if you kind of switch it around, if I do a hard task that I don't like specifically something that I do not enjoy at all. So for me, it's like meditating. I don't like fucking sitting there breathing, but I know it's good for me. That is when your AMCC activation is like off the charts. It grows like larger in size and it activates this part of your brain so much better. Now both of us might be thinking, now how the fuck do we grow this part of the brain? Like I know it gives us like discipline and shit, it gives us like the willpower, that's cool and shit. So how do we do it? It's in the suck of what we do. It sucks doing those hard tasks, that's why it's worth it. If it doesn't suck, everyone could do it because everyone would enjoy it. And of course everyone's brain would be larger. But of course some like fucking subhuman, some like fucking people with brain rot, like shit in their brain. If you're watching this kind of content, of course you're not that type of person. I'm not glazing my own content here, right? But at that point of me researching about this brain structure and shit, I thought to myself, okay, I don't like doing hard shit, but what if I could just like activate this like suck in the things that I enjoy? Wouldn't that be like more convenient for myself? Wouldn't that be like more, how do I say it? Just more fulfilling for myself instead of like man up and doing the hard shit? Well, good news is that you actually can. but you have to go one more. That's the phrase, go one more. So what you have to do is like you have to force yourself out of that little circle of comfort zone. You have to push yourself against the limit of something that you enjoy. So like for example, for working out, if you like already like go into failure on every set, like you're already pushing very hard, like one more rep doesn't really change because you still like going to failure, then it's hard. But what you can do is that you can go one more set, go one more exercise. You don't feel like doing more exercises already. You're already tired as fuck. Of course, we don't want to like, over exhaust ourselves, but you can maybe throw a little legs, no, okay, maybe not legs, a little biceps at the end of your push day, throw a little like triceps in the end of your pull day, whatever. Just find a way to go one more in the things that you enjoy, and that way you can truly like kind of activate that AMCC. Now, of course, I don't want this to be another video for you, like just like every other video that you've watched previously. So if you want to actually help yourself, do this actionable step. So do something that sucks right here, right now. Yeah, because after this red bar reaches the end of the video, I can't help you no more. I can't be there to like fucking like shake your shoulders and give you a slap to like do the hard work that you're supposed to do. The only thing that you can do is to like just help yourself, is to do things that you do not want to do right now. Maybe you've been putting off your meditation, you've been putting off your workout. Doesn't matter, just do something. Just like drop down, do 10 push-ups right now. Use this opportunity to take some accountability for your own life and do the things that your future self will be grateful for. The whole point of this is to just let your future self have a better life. By the way, bro, if you relate to my advice and you want more of it, you can scroll down and click the top link in the description below, which will send you to a Calendly link, which is like just a free, completely free, not even like a single cent, one-on-one call with me. And you can just speak about your problems and I'll help you with your addictions and bad habits. Be the person you're supposed to be. Peace out, my G. So you have to force yourself out of that little comfort zone circle.
Take one, my boy.